I'd love to hear if you have specific tool recommendations for our listeners that would maybe accelerate their journey towards being that 10x developer, that 10x data scientist.
Yeah. Okay. So for the major tools I work with Python, Tableau, and SQL.
Mhm.
If you're learning Tableau, um, I have a video on my YouTube channel on it. Tableau. Learn it. This is what you do. Easy enough. You can learn basically everything about Tableau and everything. You can learn 90% of what you need to know in Tableau in about a weekend. When it
Mhm,
comes to
mhm.
SQL, your select statements, group by, where, window functions. If you know those, DQL, data querying language, then you're basically good to go for any interview. For Python, make sure you learn. So Python, the way I like to describe it is data scientists and data analysts. Or sorry, Python's like a tree, right? And an engineer knows the trunk of the tree, the core of the language, classes, functions, all that kind of stuff, right? Data scientists and data analysts like learn maybe a quarter of the trunk of the tree, and then they branch off into their own little world. That's where you use pandas, sklearn. My brother's like a software engineer, right? And so we've had discussions where like we can read each other's code, but we don't actually know what's going on because
Right.
he knows all this really advanced like core library stuff. But I know like all these specific libraries. Like he has no idea what sklearn is. I mean, why should he? It's a very, very specific library, right?
Yeah, for machine learning.
Exactly, exactly. So pandas for data manipulation of tabular data,
Mhm,
sklearn for machine learning,
mhm,
TensorFlow or PyTorch. You can use either for neural networks.
mhm,
I'd recommend doing that last though.
mhm.
But yeah, if you just know pandas and sklearn, then you're basically solid as like the basics of data science and data analytics.
Nice.
Um,
And do I remember from a call that you and I had earlier that the course that you used to teach yourself a lot of these Python skills was a super data science course by Kirill Eremenko, the old host,
yes,
super data science,
the machine learning one. Yes,
machine learning A to Z.
I highly, highly recommend it. I don't do data science work today, like full time. But the algorithms I learned in that course, I still apply. Like I have a video coming out where I use like k means, and I learned it from that course. And Carol puts it like he like blazes through it, but in an appropriately fast way. He doesn't dwell too much on theory, but
Mhm,
enough to where you know what's going on.
mhm.
Again, like I said, I'm not an academic, so I don't care too much about the theory. I care about how this is practically used. And Carol's course very much like, yeah, that's exactly what happens.